Joker here from Players Wanted. We have been asked this multiple times now, so we've decided to come out with my top 5 Airsoft M4 AEGs out of the box. Now, does this mean that these are going to be the best Airsoft replicas out there? Of course not. Instead, I want to talk to you about the top 5 I've used and played with and give my thoughts on the best AEGs out of the box. All of these are Airsoft replicas I've played with and familiar with. In this list, we'll talk about affordability, upgradeability, durability, and how well it plays on the field. Most of the list is going to be based towards indoor play, however, all of these have been used in the outdoors. At number 5, let's talk about the G&G SRS. When a new player, or rather anyone, asks us, what would we recommend for an intermediate airsoft rifle to get, we point them right at the G&G SRS. This is a great intermediate rifle to get. Out of the box, the SRS has some great stats. Like most G&G Airsoft replicas, the SRS starts off shooting between 370 to 390 FPS with .20 BBs. The rifle is also accurate at 230 feet. When you put in 2.8s or 3.0s, you can push that to about 250 feet. Of course, outdoor ranges will vary depending on the weather. There are a lot of cool things about this replica that makes it worth the price and a place on this list. The most defining feature of the G&G CM16 SRS is that the lower and upper receivers. These are made of reinforced fiberglass polymer, which feels tougher than the material of the original Combat Machine polymer receiver. The upper is cut to be flush with the rail system, giving the gun a slick look. The receivers are also milled out nicely, giving that AEG that clean look compared to standard M4 AEGs. The CM16 SRS comes with the new GOS version 3 6-position crane stock. I personally love this stock for the amount of space inside of the stock for larger batteries, and in fact slides open, so one less item to misplace on your AEG. Internally, the SRS utilizes the version 2 gearbox with a few new parts. The V2 gearbox is compatible with a large variety of aftermarket upgrades and repair parts. All SRSs also come with a micro switch and programmable MOSFET, which enhances the trigger response for immensely snappy AEG. With an 8-inch outer barrel, you get a decent amount of range, but a shorter barrel really cuts the corners in CQB. Combine that with the lightweight polymer and you have a really awesome jack of all trades Airsoft AEG. Like most G&Gs, it's very easy to customize this rifle to suit your playing needs. The best thing you can do is get a D-Hop barrel from Dead End Outfitters, slap it into your AEG, and you can be a menace on the field. The great thing about the RS is that it's only around $250 to $300 depending on your local field. Get one today. Number 4, the G&G SSG-1. We fully expect to get some negative comments on this one, but we really don't care. The SSG-1 was G&G's attempt at courting more speed softers and paintballers. It's the obvious paintball marker design, originally debuted with a blade trigger, of course for feathering the trigger. The backlash was immediate, and very few replicas arrived in the United States with the blade trigger installed. Although you can still order the kit to add it to your SSG-1, however most fields have banned this trigger. That being said, the SSG-1 is a growing favorite for players who like to use a die mask to play. The adjustable drop stock feature added to the replica makes it far easier to aim down the sight and get a better shooting profile on the aim. Unfortunately, you're giving up a lot of rail space with the SSG-1. With only 3 mounting points on the rail, you're extremely limited on what you can do and put on the rifle without replacing that rail. You really only have 2 places. Either on top or below the barrel near the tip of the AEG to mount a small flashlight, and at the top of the rail near the rear of the rifle for a sight. Let's be honest though, most players using this typically only have a pistol flashlight and a sight anyway. The SSG-1 was not designed to be used for milsim, however we are starting to see more and more of these show up to events over the last year. The SSG-1 is another lightweight airsoft replica with G&G's new reinforced fiberglass polymer and an aluminum 9.5-inch barrel. The SSG-1 is a powerhouse in CQB with some decent range outdoor. Out of the box, it shoots over 350 to 360 FPS with .20 BBs and an effective range of about 210 feet. You can increase that range with the use of .28 or .30 BBs. One of the downsides to this AEG is the stock that it has. There's only enough space for a single stick battery, and considering how much extra wiring is in the stock that G&G uses for their MOSFET, it can be a pain in the rear to put a battery in a buffer tube and the stock with all the wiring. However, that GOS version 3 6-position crane stock does fit and work well at the SSG-1, giving you much needed battery space. Combine that with a D-hop barrel and you have a replica that can shoot over 250 feet, lightweight, and extremely snappy to dominate on the field. Like other G&Gs, you can really wait until things start breaking down before needing to upgrade any parts on the replica. The SSG-1 can be yours for around $275 to $300 range and comes in several different colors. Check out your local Airsoft field for more information. Number 3, the G&G ARP 556. Yes, I know it's another G&G that made our list here. Most people, when they hear the term ARP, they think of the ARP9, but the ARP 556 typically gets overlooked a lot. Now these are some of the awesome little SMGs that take M4 mags. The shorter barrel makes these one of the go-to AEGs for CQB. With just a 5-inch barrel, you can really cut and pie corners well. And that low profile makes entering buildings a dream, especially when you need more accuracy than what a pistol can give you. Out of the box, they pack a punch between 350 to 375 FPS with .20 BBs. Unfortunately, due to their smaller inner barrel, your accuracy is at best 200 feet when the gun is stock. We've said it before, we'll say it again. Drop in a D-hop barrel from Dead End Outfitters, and you can get some more range on the ARP 556. Now, this next part is either a perk or a negative, depending on who you talk to or how you play. The ARP 556 comes equipped with an amplifier. This thing can be annoyingly loud. Now, if your gameplay style is to rush in and overwhelm, man, is this the right AEG for you. I've seen more people run from the sound than anything else. However, if you like to play stealthy, well, they can hear you 2 counties over with this replica. Another downside to the replica is the stock. It can only fit a small stick battery and almost requires getting the battery extension kit for the stock in order to really get a high capacity battery to play all day. Interestingly, there was 2 versions of the ARP 556 made. One in polymer and aluminum, and the other one in Battleship Gray, which is all metal. Certainly, the Battleship Gray has more weight to it, but that version is still available. The polymer one is much harder to find. The ARP 556 runs around $275 to $350. Number 2 is the Indestructible from Dead End Outfitters. This starts to enter the custom gun range of replicas, but considering the fact that the Indestructible can be made to be a stock gun, I like to think of it as a chance to upgrade before coming to the player. During the purchase of the AEG, questions are asked to see if the player is looking for in gameplay, look, and length. The platform is on the EMG skeletal frame with a rail system that's custom fit to make the Indestructible lightweight for long-term play and speed. Internally, without any other changes from the player, this AEG is a beast. It comes with a D-hop barrel already installed, either Leviathan or Gate Titan MOSFET. The player can make changes on a longer barrel for more DMR gameplay, or a shorter barrel for speedy boy play. Either way, the Indestructible packs a punch. Out of the box, you'll get 400 FPS with .2 BBs and a range of about 300 feet. Its a lightweight design makes it perfect for milsims or long game days to fight off fatigue. While the ARP 556 is extremely loud, the Indestructible is very quiet for an AEG. Considering the range and that quietness, it's a perfect gun for a stealthy build to be out there plug-in players from afar. There are only 2 drawbacks to the Indestructible. First one being that it is a skeletal gun, so if you're playing in wet weather, that can be extremely bad for the AEG and will require more cleaning. The trade-off is that you go for a lighter weight replica. Lightweight versus what weather to play it in is up to you to decide as a player. The second issue is the battery space. Once again, you're forced to go with just a stick battery due to the way the stock is. However, you can use a longer battery since the buffer tube is considerably longer than the ARP 556. You can get your Indestructible from Dead End Outfitters at deadendoutfitters.net, starting at around $1,100. Number 1. The Umbrella Armory OCAW Mark 18. Okay, again, people are probably going to claim that this is an upgraded AEG, but I will disagree. While it's certainly a top-tier airsoft replica, the OCAW only comes in a few configurations from Umbrella Armory. The OCAW Mark 18 is a beast of an AEG. Out of the box, it's hitting beautiful stats, 400 FPS with .20s, hitting 300 feet with a staggering 45 RPS. This is one of, if not the top-tier AEG on the market. There are very few airsoft shops that can consistently make their AEGs do what Umbrella Armory does on a regular basis. They don't have the sheer number of AEGs out there that Umbrella has to compare it to. The customer service from Umbrella can sometimes be hit or miss. While we really couldn't fault them during the pandemic for the turnaround times that were insanely long, also, looking at their current lineup, the AEGs they have in stock, it seems like they still have some few supply chain issues to resolve. Yet still, the OCAWs are extremely well-made replica. Considering that they're a high-stress build, they hold up under constant play, and consistency matters. Everything from the OCAW is about form and design. I mean, there's really nothing bad to say about the performance of the replica. Even the stock has ample battery space. The only real downside is the turnaround time for service, and well, the higher price for the Umbrella name. I've only seen a few replicas with the price tag of an OCAW. However, over 70,000 BBs logged in the last year alone, the OCAW is still going strong. The OCAW is lightweight and compact, making it perfect for
you didn't walk up.
And the range makes it perfect for outdoors. When I am asked if I ever regretted getting this powerhouse, I always say no. In the end, it's one of my go-to AEGs when I play. The Umbrella Armory OCAW will set you back about $2,100. However, it is well worth the price for that. That's our top 5 list for Airsoft M4 AEGs. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you'll be notified when we put up more videos. We put up shorts every day of the week and live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week about all things Airsoft. Till next time, this is Joker saying, may your BBs fly true and your opponents always call your hits. Good night.